听故事说中文，听得越多，说得越好。大家好, I'm Markus, and the opening sentence of the LCTS program is really burnt in my brain because I was listening to their program so much when I hardcore studied Chinese. I figured out for myself that one of the most important fields is listening. If you think about it, it kind of makes sense, since it's the first skill we humans develop regarding language learning. So when I started learning Chinese back in 2020, it was clear I need a good program. So what makes a good program? In my opinion, first of all, it has to be graded. The benefit of listening to random native material as a beginner, I think, is fairly limited. It's just good if you like to get familiar with the sound of a language, but if you really want to hone your listening skills, the vocabulary range should be somewhat limited. LCTS, with their three-tiered system, and each of those tiers divided into 3 sub-tiers, definitely checks this box. 大头儿子小头爸爸 and 数鸭子 are 2 episodes that come to my mind right off the bat that greatly helped me getting into listening as a beginner. And the meticulous transcripts they really help you put the new vocabulary into context, so you can gradually improve and level up. And secondly, and just as important, it has to be natural. It's okay to slow down slightly in the earlier stages, but after all, the hard reality is that no one speaks to you like this in real life. LCTS checks that box as well. The hosts speak a natural yet clear and, most importantly, a flowy Mandarin. The last point, the flow, is, in my opinion, extremely important for a language learner, and it has to be on point 100%. If a program for whatever reason breaks up the natural flow of a language, I think you'll be facing troubles down the road when it comes both to listening and speaking. Because when it comes to speaking, being familiar with the natural flow of a language means you'll be able to anticipate what the speaker might say. And as a speaker, for the sake of your listener, you want to speak with the natural flow. And third, it has to be engaging. When it comes to language learning, arguably the most efficient thing to do is just do what you enjoy, but in the target language. So if a program has interesting topics, it helps you stick to your goals. I personally love the Changyu, where they break down the idioms and the stories behind those. The timeless wisdom conveyed by usually just 4 characters is, in my opinion, one of the most precious treasures of Chinese culture. And let me tell you from my personal experience, if you can appropriately drop a Changyu, you can literally blindside a Chinese person and highly inflate your language skills. In later tiers, you will be able to expect the presentation explanation of current Chinese trends like back then was Tangping, or you can hear inspirational stories like 给母亲洗手的年轻人 and 高三后我在海边住了1年, which I personally liked a lot. I could say so much more positive things about LCTS, but let's be honest, you should not be listening to me, you should be listening to them. But matter of fact is, LCTS was one of the main pillars that ensured me a great time while I was in China. If you are on a serious Chinese language learning journey, be it for being able to communicate with family, immersive traveling as I did, or even doing business, subscribing to LCTS is a no-brainer.